Barbara.
And I'm Karen, and we're the Sink Sisters.
This is our tech bit on the new Google Forms.
All right, so today we are here on our Mac, and we are going to be showing you Google Forms, which has recently come out with a new version.
Great.
And first of all, how do you get to Google Forms? You want to go to your Google Drive.
Right.
And I'm going to type in Drive, and you can see it pops up because we've gone there before, but you would have to type in the whole Google
Drive.google.com.
Yep. So I'm going to go there. Now, I'm already logged into Google, so it's opening my Drive. If you need to log in, it would prompt you.
Right, and Google has a whole suite of applications that you can do, and we're going to be looking at Forms.
Right. So here's my Drive. You can see all my files and everything. And to do what I'm going to do is start out doing a new form.
Perfect.
So this lovely red button, New.
Really letting you know it's there.
New, and I go down, I see Docs, Sheets, Slides, where's Forms? I go to More, and there's the Forms.
There's Google Forms.
So forms are really like surveys or questionnaires. Sometimes I think the word forms is confusing, but...
Right, you're trying to collect data for something or other.
So what I want to show you here is what's opened up is the new version of Forms. And we are filming this on January 20th, 2016. And currently, you can go back and forth between the new version or the old version.
Little transition period they're giving us.
If you're viewing this later in time, maybe you only have this new option.
Right. Or yet another new option. No.
Yeah, right. But what I want to show you is, this is the new version. If you look down here, there's this little running guy.
In the lower left, right?
You can run back to the old version.
For now.
And I wanted to start this way because if you have experience working with Google Forms, this is what you're used to seeing, right? Mm-hmm. And you can see right here, it says try the new Google Forms. Yes. So this is what you used to see. And the big thing that when the new thing is they really wanted to streamline it and make it responsive. So they've kind of simplified it. You'll see all this stuff up here really is not in the new forms.
Right. And by responsive, you mean the ability to show it on different devices, right?
Right. So when you view it on a computer and the window's big, things repopulate to fit that space. Then when you're on a phone, you know, and you scale it down smaller, things are going to repopulate so it's read better on the phone. And I heard your cat.
Yeah, the cat's meowing.
But that happens when you're making YouTube videos,
That's
right?
Right.
It's a cute cat if you could see him.
Yeah.
Try the new Google Forms. So I'm going to go in there. Right away, you can see it's much simpler and nicer.
Clean, very clean.
Yep. And if you go to their Help Center, it says some features have not made it over here. You can tell there's quite a bit of things that used to be up here that aren't there.
Right. But some of them are in menus now.
Yep. Some of them are streamlined in more places that make sense. And some of them I've not made it over, and we'll point those out as we go.
Okay.
And you remember, you can always use your little running man to go back.
Right. For now.
Right. But if you're brand new to Google Forms, just start off here, and then you'll never have a problem. Right. So there's two modes you can be in. You can be in questions or responses. And first in questions is where you build your form. So that's where we want to be.
Okay.
So I'm going to be in questions. And the first thing is your form title. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to create a form to collect RSVPs for a seminar we're having. Okay, so I'm going to put the name of the seminar on here. All About Photos Seminar. Now, if you see, as I start typing here, up here, it started typing too. And what this is right here is it's showing you the name of your file. And it will automatically put the title of your form be the name of your file. You can see it only put the word all. It's a little glitchy in this new version. It's not filling it in right. I assume they'll fix that.
Sure.
But it's a nice feature. I find most of the time I don't want it to be the same name, and in this case, I don't. Yeah. So you can always go up here and change your file name. I'm just going to call it Photos RSVP. Perfect. Okay, because that's what I need to know. Someone filling out this doesn't need to know it's RSVPs.
They already know.
Clicked here to RSVP. So that's the name of your title of your form. And then below you'll see it says form description. You can put a description if you want, which I'm going to do. I'm going to put the date.
You're going to put the seminar specifics down here. If you were doing a quiz, you might want to put, maybe what the quiz is about, or...
Yeah, please take this in 30 minutes or less or whatever.
Right.
And I'm going to put the location. And I'm just going to kind of, not to waste or bore you, I'm just going to be filling this out kind of quickly because we have a completed one that we're going to use to view our data.
Right.
So now this is the title of your form, and it will appear on every page. We'll show you later how to create different pages, but that's kind of a nice feature. So the next thing you're going to have, one thing that I first always like to do, the graphic designer in me comes out, I like to make sure it looks good.
Right.
So if you're used to using the old forms, you used to be able to insert artwork maybe right at the top. That's what I used to do, like a little banner or something. Right now, here you can see they got this banner back here. And it's a color. And the first thing you can do is this little color palette guy here. You can click on that, and you can change and pick a different color.
Sure.
Just sort of the simplest customization, and it kind of decides what color it's going to put
lighter
down here.
color down there.
And then you can see your form kind of sits on top of it. That's a nice thing to do. You can also go into here, this little picture icon, and they have several different themes, which are clip art or pictures.
Nice.
Things like that. So I'll put one in, and then you hit select. I like this. It's on here. It said loading your theme. It'll look great.
Yeah.
That's cute. Now you can see with the responsive design that they've done, it'll change depending on what device you're looking at.
That's nice.
As your form will repopulate, which of course we can't really see here, but
right.
So this is a little bit different. It's a banner. It's really meant to be, a background image or clip art. It's not really going to work with type anymore, things like that. So that's a little something to get used to, but it's going to work out great for you because it gets very responsive. So I have, what we're going to do is so they have these set themes.
Right.
Then you can also do a more customized theme, upload one of your photos from your computer.
Right.
And in the old version of Forms, it was a really nice feature. You could do very customized themes where you could change the font, style and size and color of the form, and create a little graphic border or header, whatever, and then you could save that theme and just apply it to other forms.
Right.
That has not come over to the new forms yet.
That's got to come.
I know,
which
is driving me nuts, right? But for right now, all you can do is either upload a photo from your computer or search the web for an image, things like that.
Or something you've already put up.
Which we have.
Right.
So I'm just going to put this up. This is our little Sync Sisters pattern.
It looks like you can crop it and take part of it if you want.
Yeah, it's responsive, so it works a little bit weird.
Yeah.
You just have to get used to it.
Yep. That's the way it is.
There it is.
There it is. Okay, looks nice.
So, and then it just put this color down here. So
it just picked the
that's the color, and we like it. It looks good. But now another thing I want to point out is when you're making what you're doing in Forms is you're really designing web pages, which is great. You don't have to be a programmer. You don't have to enter code. But there are some things that you have to sort of get used to, and one is that you're working in editor mode. So you're not really seeing exactly how it's going to look. Like you can see here this gray.
Why is it dark there?
Like that. You see this little eye guy? It's preview. Click on it. Shows you. It'll show you your questions nice and neat, and this is what the user will see.
Okay.
And then there's a pencil to go back to editing mode.
All right.
Okay. So first of all, now we're going to do a question. It comes set with a question. Now you notice if I get around the question and click on it, it kind of pops off the page in this little box. It's got a blue highlight.
Okay.
That means this is your active question that you're working on.
Yep.
So right here, untitled question. So we're gonna collect some data about people for our RSVP form. So I'm gonna put first name.
And the reason you're going to do first and last name is so we can then sort the responses by last name if we want to when we print a sign-in sheet to check people off. Right.
If you don't want to do that ever, just put name.
Right.
So you put the title, your question, and this could be a long question. In our case, it's just first name. Then over here to the right, you see the drop-down arrow. You click on that. It shows you all these different types of things you can make the question. And I think there's really nice features here. We're going to do short answer because someone will just type in, Karen.
Right.
And then for now, and we're going to show you the other options in a minute. Then down here you see this required, and this is really nice. I turn it on like that, I do the little toggle switch. I just clicked on it though.
Yep.
That means that this person has to fill out this question before they can submit. If they try to submit and they don't have it filled out, it'll bring it back to them as an error and they have to do it.
Okay.
So things you really want to collect, do that.
Right.
Now I've got the first name question. Now I want to go and do the last name. So I'm going to use this little feature down here. This little double page thing is duplicate.
Oh, that's great.
So it's going to duplicate it. And then, since it's exactly the same type of question, I'm just going to put last name. Right?
Perfect.
So we've got those. And you can see, if I go to preview, you can see how nice it looks. See?
Yeah, looks nice.
And everyone, see, this is required because I did that.
The red asterisk.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we would continue down collecting our data, cell phone probably, and email, things like that.
And you'll see that in our finished form in a few minutes.
I'm going to move on to do a different type of question. Here is this plus button.
Okay.
So this, before I did the duplicate, because it was
Right.
exactly the same.
Right.
That's one way of doing it. You can just keep doing that. Or you can do add a question.
Okay.
Now look.
It added it where you were. Yeah.
Yep. So now, oh, I don't want it there, right? Well, if you highlight it, click on it, you can see this little two-bar icon. You can move it anywhere you want.
Oh, perfect.
So now it's first name, last name in this new question.
Okay.
And you can do that at any time.
Move things around.
Yep. So you can go back and edit a form and move things. Okay. You can also delete a question. Here's a little trash can. If I hit delete, got rid of it.
Perfect.
Yep. I'm going to put it back in. Now, a different type of question. Let's move on to our seminars, our luncheons.
Lunch choice. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm going to do lunch. Oh. Yeah, let's do that here. Lunch choice.
Sure.
Okay. And for that one, I'm going to do a drop down.
Okay.
And that's going to be fun. And I'm going to put chicken, beef, and vegetarian.
And it just keeps adding options, but you can be done whenever you want.
Yep.
Right.
I'm going to put this as a required too. Now, should we go look at that beautiful thing?
Yeah.
Now it says lunch choice. This is what someone sees when they're taking it. And if they click on it,
isn't that nice?
They're gonna pick beef.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
So you could do that question like that, or another one that would work would be check boxes.
Oh, sure.
Right?
Yep.
So if I do that, they're going to see check boxes and they're going to check on one, right?
Perfect.
Or you can do multiple choice. I'm going to check on one.
Radio boxes.
Radio boxes,
circles.
yep.
Yep.
So if we view it, right.
Great.
Okay. Now, what we want to show, there's some other types of, another type of question that we would like is, I'm going to do a new question. I'm going to keep that one in here just to get more things going here. We're going to do a linear scale.
Right, because we want to know the experience of the people coming to the seminar. Yep. So we're going to find out what their experience level is.
What is your, experience, right?
Right.
And you can see it brings up, radio buttons with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can have it start at either 0 or 1. And you can go all the way up to 10 if you want.
Okay.
I think 5 is good.
5 is good, right.
Then you have label 1 and label 2. So I'm going to put beginner, or advanced.
That should cover it.
Yep. I'm going to make this required again.
Right. We definitely want to know what kind of people are coming to the seminar so we can gear it.
How much work we have to do, right?
Right.
So I'm going to preview that so you can see that, and that's really nice. You can put 2, or I would put 5, wouldn't you?
Yes, I think so.
All right, so that's a linear question. I'm going to do another new question just to show there's some other options here. There's the multiple choice grid. I'm going to click on that.
Okay.
And what that's going to do is create a grid. You're going to have rows and columns, right?
Okay, okay.
And you can keep adding as many as you want. Now, for our seminar taking RSVPs, or for forms taking RSVPs, we don't really have a good example of why would we use that. So I just found, let me open this up here. Oops. Maybe you can open it.
What is going on? Let me try it with the mouse.
Maybe you can open it.
Okay.
Okay.
Open. Thank you very much.
Okay.
There it is.
Sorry. You couldn't see what we were doing. We were trying to open this file. So I found an image of a sample of a multiple choice grid. In this case, they have different kinds of pop or soda, depending on where you live, right?
Right.
And then, like 7-Up. Do you like it? Yes or no? Or prefer not to answer?
Right. Ooh.
I wouldn't want anyone to know.
I don't want to know.
But anyways, this is a good example of multiple choice grid. So you can see with the question types, you can get quite fancy and detailed, which is nice.
A lot of information.
Yep. And then you can also do one where you want to collect the date from someone for information or the time.
Okay.
Yep. So those are the question types. There's a couple other things to show in your tool palette. And you notice when you click on the question, the tool palette moves by that question.
That's nice too.
It's another marker of where you are.
Right.
What I'm going to show you now is this is called Add a Title.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to pop that in there. And it says, type in the title of it. So I'm going to do lunch options. Okay. And then you could write a description if you want. In this case, I don't. So this is a title that I put in.
And maybe want to move it up.
Well, right. Yeah. I know, it's not really going to make sense.
No.
We
only have one choice right now.
Right. We're just doing this form quick here to show the different features. We have a completed one that we'll go through and show you. I click on view. See how it puts it in kind of a banner.
Right.
To stand out, to create little sections. Like you'll see in the final form that we have done. First, we're going to collect all their data, their information about the person. And then we're going to go, the last thing is we're going to have lunch options.
Right, because we have drinks in there too, I think.
We're going to have drinks and
lunch choice and drinks. Okay.
So, and again, on this version of forms, it just picks the color.
Yeah.
I don't really think all the color goes with the rest of it, but I'm just going to let it go and go with the flow, right?
You have to do that.
Hopefully you'll be able to customize it more, but maybe you won't, and we'll all survive.
Right. It's just a form.
Right. So now we've kind of gone through all the questions and things that you can, options for your questions.
For the different types of data you can collect. What about if you have a really long form? You want to break it up into pages.
Right. That's a good one.
We can do sections.
Add section. Yeah. Which to me it should say add page, but that's okay.
It should. They call it a section, but it's really a new page.
So I'm going to click add section. Oh, look.
Yep.
It put it up here.
It put it wherever you are. Wherever you are is going to do it.
Oh, no. Oh, look. It just kind of cut it here.
Yep. Because you were on that.
Yeah.
Yep. Wherever you are, it'll add a new section. So you could split up a longer form if you start doing a form.
Yeah, that's kind of good to know. You could go back and add it.
And then I think if you click on the down here, you can merge it with the above if you want to.
Yeah, if you don't like it.
So let's merge it back up and get where we want our new section.
So we wanted it down here.
So we click on the bottom. So really when you insert a description, a new question, or a section, you got to click on where you want it to go right below it. Yep.
So I'm going to do new page.
And there it is.
It's called new section, excuse me. Now, the title of your form will appear at the top of any section.
Okay.
This would be if you wanted a separate title for that section.
For the section, right.
Which we're going to say, thank you. And you'll see why, okay? And you can put a description if you want. We don't.
And you can keep going with questions if you want to.
You can do anything you want. If you look, it just means that it's going to be on the next page.
Right.
Which I'd have to fill. Well, I could fill this real quick.
This is one thing.
Okay, if I go next.
Gotta fill
I'll have
out.
beef, and of course I'm advanced.
Yeah. I don't think you have to do that. That's not required.
Okay. Then you can see, here's the title again of my thing it kept, and then it says thank you.
Right.
Okay.
And then, right.
So what we're going to show you now, so that's a new page or section as they call it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to show you this. This is add an image and this is add a video. They work the same. Okay. So I'm going to add an image. You might have a little picture you want. You can see, you can upload things. You can take a picture. You can go to a URL. You might have an album already created up here. You can search your drive or search the web.
Right.
So I'm going to go, we have
I guess you'll have to go to upload to
Oh.
get the picture. Or you can drag it if you see it on your desktop or
Right.
something, you can drag it over.
I'm going to upload something from my computer. Oops, it's kind of cut off, sorry.
It just says open. It's out of our
It's just
recording.
us, fabulous us, right?
Yeah. And here we are.
Okay, so there you go. It puts a picture in. Now, you only have the option of, it'll just fill it up from side to side. So you can't, at this point, scale the picture. I don't know if that'll change or not. And then here you can put an image title. In this case, we're going to put "See you at the seminar." Okay? You can center.
Okay, you can center it, do right.
That's all
left.
you can really do. You can't scale it.
Right.
Now, the last type of question I want to show you is, so I'm going to put a new question at the end here. And this would work the same as a video. This is the video. Obviously, everybody knows that.
Right, right.
Icon. You just upload your video. The last question I'm going to show you is, I'm going to say questions. Comments. And I'm going to make this long answer.
Oh, right.
Well,
so
it used to be called long answer. Now it's called paragraph, which makes more sense.
And someone can put a longer.
Right. And this is nice because then someone can type in as much as they want.
Right. Good.
You know. Okay, so that's our form. The last thing that you can do, option to show you, is under this little gear, some settings that you can do. You can say they can only submit one response.
Okay, right.
Which you might want to do sometimes. We don't care for our purposes.
Right.
And that will require,
but if you're doing a survey, you
Yep.
probably only want one response per person.
So that requires a login. So
Mhm.
if the person doesn't have a Google login, it'll prompt them how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
This is the confirmation page. You can type in the message. This says your response has been recorded, or you could type in anything you want. Like we'd probably say something like, "Thank you for taking the time to or see you at the seminar," whatever.
Right.
It's kind of nice to customize that, I think. Show respondents a link to. This is submit another response, so that'll show up at the bottom so they can keep submitting them, which we want actually.
Right.
Or edit their response. They can go back and edit it, which we might because
they might change their mind about what they want to eat
or
drink.
I'm not into beef right now. I want vegetarian. And the summary responses, they can see a summary of what everyone else has responded. Like,
so,
they could see, like, are all these people really advanced and I'm going to feel stupid, you know?
Right. So we won't show them that.
No, we won't.
We want them to come anyway.
Yeah. And then for longer ones, you might want to do this progress bar. I think you've all seen that. It says 100% and then it will show in color where you are. So it's longer. People are going to be like, oh, when's this done? Right. And then shuffle question order would be a good one to use like for a test. So depending on the user, if they're sitting right next to each other on their computers, the questions will be in different order, so deter cheating, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. I'm going to do a quick preview and show you. Oops.
Pick your choices, and there it is.
Oh, no. And then here's where it would be to edit your response.
Or submit another response.
Yep. So that's where that shows up.
Great.
Now look at, oh my gosh, look at all these tabs.
What's
this is something infuriating about Google. It just keeps opening tabs when you preview it. So if you forget to close them, don't freak out. It only has one version of your form. You don't have to figure out which one it is.
So
see, I could even close them all.
Right.
And then go back here and open
go into the one.
Yep.
Right.
So that's a good thing to know. So that's the basics. And then what do you do with that?
Well, how do you get it to
wait,
people?
I'm gonna open the good form.
Should we look at our good form
and
then we'll show them how to do it? Okay. So let's go back.
So we have a form that we've filled out nicely, not to waste your time.
And notice how Karen didn't just go back. She closed that window because, it's just going to keep opening the window. So this is perfect.
Yep.
So here's
you have your form done. It's beautiful. And now how do you get people to sign it up, to use it? What you need to do is somehow send them a link.
Okay.
So how do you do that? You go to send, and up comes this box. And what you see is you can email. The first response is email.
Right here.
So you could type in,
through this.
if you're just doing a couple people, you might want to just type it in.
Right.
And then it will send them an email with the link. When they click on it, it'll open the form and they'll take it. Mm-hmm. And here again, you could say they can only do it once if you want. this link here is going to give you a link to the URL. Let's say you were using like a direct mail program like we do, like MailChimp.
Right.
Out to, more than, like a lot of people, you're just going to want to have the link in there. So this is a good way to get the link.
Right. It's really long though.
Yeah.
Kind of unwieldy.
So this one is the shortened URL, which will give you a shorter one.
Yeah.
But my husband, the web designer, warned me that shortened URLs often don't work well.
Oh,
so if you do this one, you really want to make sure to check it. So get the shortened URL, copy it, text or email it to yourself, click on it, and make sure it goes there. And I have taken his advice and done that, and I've found quite often that it is wrong.
Oh,
and then all you have to do is go back here, get the shortened URL again, do it again, and it works.
Weird. Okay.
So make sure to check
Good
this.
advice. Good advice.
Or just keep this, because most of the time what the user is going to see is, click here to RSVP.
That's true.
They didn't even see it.
Right.
So.
Right.
And then this is the the code to embed it in your website for your web designer.
Okay.
Or you could just do it on Google Plus or Facebook or tweet
Your
it.
social media.
Right.
Right.
So that is how you get the form out. Now we've been in questions, creating the form and everything. Now we want to deal with the responses, right?
Right. Should we show our form, finished form? Should we do a fill it out, look at it, do a preview of it?
Oh,
real
sure.
Quick?
Let's fill one. Yeah, that makes sense.
Let's fill
first.
one out so they can see what it looks like. So we've got all our questions about the person here at the top.
So I'm going to fill it out. Nancy Small. And I'm going to do her email. All right. And her phone number. All right. And she's
a beginner.
Down here.
Okay.
Now you can see, here's my title. It
For
makes
the
a nice little
options.
separation of my form.
Nice.
And she is a water drinker and really into chicken. Okay.
And
so I'm going to say
next.
next. I'm going to try not entering one of the required. Oh, it tells me that.
Says,
and also I can't go to the next page.
Aha.
So. All right, now that I've filled it in, it works. Then you can see the, this is my next page.
Section title, there's thank you.
And then here, somebody can really, go on typing
detailed.
if they wanted to. So that's good to see.
And then submit.
Submit. All right, so I'm going to close this out. I'm up here and back in my form. Now that we've got our questionnaire done, what do? You want to look at the responses, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to tap on responses. Now, this is new. So you're using the old version. This was not here before. What they call this is a quick summary of your responses.
Okay.
So here you can see it's showing us the different questions and what people wrote. But this is where, when you get into the
it doesn't make sense for the name and the phone number,
right.
But for the data, it's nice.
Right. This is nice. And depending on the type of question that you put in, it will display the data differently. Like this was the linear one. So we can see, oh my gosh, 44% of our respondents
are pretty beginner,
right?
Yeah, that's good.
Or here, only a very 14% want tea. Wow.
Yeah, a lot of water drinkers. Water and coffee actually is pretty much the same now.
And here you can see we are a vegetarian crowd.
Okay.
So for our RSVP purposes, it's not really that useful. But there could be so many applications where this would really be, useful to see the data like this.
Right, right.
But if you are used to using Google Forms, you're wondering what is going on. I'm used to a spreadsheet. What is this weird, thing down here? It's not going to work.
Right.
Don't fret not. Here's the Google Sheets icon. Boom, you can view it in here. Now I'm going to go back out because we've already gone into this, so it didn't do something that I want to make sure to show you. And that is
adding it.
Yep. The first time that you click on that spreadsheet, okay? So I'm opening this other form.
Go into responses.
And I click on it. The very first time, this is what you're going to see, okay?
Okay.
It's going to say, so your form, you're going to have your form file and you're going to have a spreadsheet file. That's the way forms work. And the first time you do it, it's going to say create a new spreadsheet, which you want to. And you could also, if you're more advanced, you could select an existing spreadsheet to start adding this form's data to if you want.
Right.
But usually you're just going to do that and create it. Okay.
And there it is.
Right.
That's the one thing that we did. Right.
We want to go back to the one that we had a lot.
Yeah. And now you can do all your normal spreadsheet things with it, sort
spreadsheet
it,
functions,
print it, and whatever else you want to do.
Yep. And if I go back to Drive, you can see here's our form, and then it creates the spreadsheet icon and the form icon.
Right.
And it always puts the spreadsheet responses in parentheses.
Yeah, so you know this is the responses to your form.
Yep.
Right.
Yep, so you can do all your your spreadsheet options there.
That's great.
Yeah, and so I think one of the big things that didn't come over was the add-ons. You can see the add-ons are in the spreadsheet mode, but in the form mode, if I go back to the old version.
Back to the old version.
Take me back. Now it looks really ugly to me, right?
It does. It's really different. Yeah, it's a little
You see up here these add-ons, and what these were, you could go out and get them. Companies make them. They're like little scripts or programs to add functionality to your forms.
Okay.
Such as like email notification was one I used and things like that. That what Google said in their Help Center is that it hasn't come over to the new version of Forms yet.
But it will.
Well,
we hope.
I didn't really say that, but
it
hasn't quite made it over yet.
Yeah, it should. It should.
So if you've been using the old forms, we hope you try out the new forms.
Right.
And if you're brand new,
start out
forms. Yep, and this works for creating a brand new form or going back and editing an existing form to suit your needs. Thanks for watching the Sync Sisters Tech Bit.
And please subscribe to our channel.